Hey there, Craven Comics back with another video for you. Today I've got a stack of comics that I grabbed from off of eBay from various vendors. We're going to start off with this one particular one. Actually, I ordered Marvel Comics Presents number 72, which of course is the first Weapon X story, and unfortunately I ended up with Marvel Comics Presents number 1. Now I did contact the seller. This was just an honest mix-up. He sent the wrong book. I contacted him. He was very, very helpful. Told me just to keep this one as a gift. He gave me a full refund. No problems with it. And then he even went looking for another copy of the 72 to see if he could find one for me. He did. He got back with me, and he did. I did get that from him after the fact. So I did still end up getting Marvel Comics Presents Weapon X number 72. And because he was so helpful, I also went ahead and bought a couple other books from him that he had. While I was at it, I got Wolverine number 3 from the limited series, Frank Miller, Chris Claremont. So this is from the first limited series Wolverine solo title. I've got 1 and 2. Now I got 3. All I need left is 4 to complete that series. This is a pretty decent copy also that he had, so I was able to get that. And then I also ordered Uncanny X-Men number 172, which is supposed to be the wedding between Logan and Mariko, along with appearances by Silver Samurai and Yukio and various other X-Men. Also one of the early appearances of Rogue after Rogue has joined the X-Men. And then on top of that, to help or just as a bonus, I guess to make up for his mistake earlier, he threw in a couple books for free, which I thought was really cool. He didn't have to do it, but he did. Uncanny X-Men number 173, so continuing the story. This looks like, I believe it's the first time Rogue and Wolverine kind of team up together, because Wolverine wasn't trusting her. And this book also has the first appearance of Storm in her punk rock style outfit with the mohawk and the jacket and everything. And then he also included Thor issue number 340, appearances by Lady Sylph and Beta Ray Bill. I don't really follow Thor, but it's still cool to have. Alright, moving on to other sellers. I found a Scorched issue number 6. This is the final of the alternate covers that I was looking for to complete that connecting cover run, which is an homage to the Jim Lee X-Men covers. And then again, different sellers, different vendors. I got Radiant Black issue number 1 and Radiant Black issue number 2, which now completes my run of Radiant Black issues. So I now have a full run from 1 to, is it 16 or 17, I believe that's out right now. And then this is a book that's been on my radar for a while. I've been kind of keeping an eye out for it. They never had it at my LCS, but I finally found a Wildstar number 1, just another old Image title number 1 from the 90s that I wanted to get my hands on. And I picked up Miss Fury number 1 as well. I believe that was from the same vendor. Miss Fury, I picked up issue number 3 at, I believe it was Second and Charles, through their bargain bin that I'd found. And then I picked, so I started looking for this one, and I grabbed this one, which features a J. Scott Campbell cover, which is pretty cool. I did not know he did anything for this, so that was pretty neat. So then I like all these tribute homage covers. This is Savage Avengers number 1, paying tribute to, of course, Incredible Hulk 340, the Todd McFarlane famous cover. And then speaking of Todd McFarlane tributes and homages, Savage Spider-Man number 1 with the Spider-Man tribute, and also Batman number 118, which also has the same homage tribute. So speaking of Batman and Wolverine, because we've mentioned Wolverine too, I found another amalgam comic, the one I was really looking for, which was Legends of the Dark Claw number 1. This of course is a cooperative venture between Marvel and DC, and it's almost like a what if series of what if, two characters were combined into one. So this of course combines Wolverine and Batman, and then he fights the Hyena, I believe, which is a combination of Joker and Sabretooth. So then I also picked up Wolverine number 1 from the current ongoing Wolverine series. This is a pretty cool die cut cover that I liked, so I just grabbed that one. Wolverine number 80, which just fills in a gap from my Wolverine run from back in the, I think it's volume 2. And then continuing with Wolverine here. Yeah, let's do that. Punisher War Journal, issue number 6 and number 7 that I managed to find. This features the first meeting between Wolverine and Punisher, and also Jim Lee artwork as well. So pretty cool to have. While I was at it, I grabbed a Web of Spider-Man number 2 newsstand edition. I already have this book from when I was a kid. Mine's in pretty rough shape though, so I wanted just a nicer copy. So that's all this was just getting a nicer copy. And then while I was at it, I found a Peter Parker, The Spectacular Spider-Man number 90. Now, this actually features one of the first appearances of Spider-Man in the black costume. And I won't go into all of the details of that, but basically there are 3 books that are kind of tied for the first appearance because they all came out in the same month with the black costume. The Amazing Spider-Man issue beats this one, and I think it's the Marvel Team Up. This one came out the same week as the Marvel Team Up. The Amazing Spider-Man came out like 2 weeks before it, so it just barely beat the other two. There's a video on YouTube. If I can find it, I'll try to put a link up to it that kind of explains all of that a little bit better. So, but an early appearance. This is actually too the story. He only appears in like the very last page where Spider-Man makes his appearance, because remember he disappeared for the Secret Wars thing, and this is where he comes back. He pops back up. So this is kind of a Black Cat solo story because it's just her throughout the entire issue until the last page. So, and then I picked up, this is from my childhood. I remember when this came out, Captain Power and the Soldiers of the Future. This is a comic book adaptation, and actually really cool that I did not know about. This features artwork by Neil Adams. So really cool artwork on the inside, as well as the cover. I remember when this came out, I remember the TV commercial for it. It would come on TV, and there was a commercial like a normal commercial, right? It was a mock commercial, and then you would get static, like there was a transmission interrupting, and it was somebody from the future, and you know, we need your help, and all this other stuff. And it was all promoting Captain Power, which was a TV show and a toy line, and then they of course did the comic book as well. And the TV show was really interesting because it was one of the first interactive TV shows where the toys could use kind of an infrared type system to interact with the flashing lights on the show, and you could kind of score points, and they could shoot back at you using that method. It was really interesting. It was actually a pretty cool show, kind of set in a dystopian future, very Terminator-like, where the machines are trying to take over, and there's a few pockets of rebellion left of using technology to fight against them. So pretty cool stuff, really interesting. If you don't know about it, I definitely encourage you to look it up, because it was really interesting how they did all that, and the technology at the time was pretty, you know, it was basic technology. It wasn't anything new, but it was the way they were using it was pretty cool, because as kids, I remember it was just really cool that, oh wow, I can take this toy and actually shoot at the TV and interact with the TV while the show is playing. So that was really, really cool. All right, and then last but not least, from this haul, I also picked up from the same vendor, Earth's Mightiest Heroes, the Avengers, issue number, sorry, I had to look at it, issue number 196, first full appearance of Taskmaster. I believe he made a cameo appearance in the issue before, which I may look to get as well, but I believe this is considered the first full appearance of Taskmaster. So got it for a pretty good price. Decided to add that to my collection as well. This one came out a few years before I started actually collecting, so you know, decided to pick it up now. Alright, that's all for this video. Thanks again for watching. Continue to collect what you love, and I'll catch you in the next one.